Hi everyone, welcome to Geology 1, Introduction to Physical Geology with Professor Kane at Saddleback College, Spring 2021. So this is Intro to Physical Geology, Geology 1. It's ticket number 18840. So the class, if we were meeting in person, would be Monday, Wednesday from 6 to 8:50 p.m. So this is Geology 1. Welcome. It is a scientific inquiry and quantitative reasoning GE course. So it takes the place of your physical science with a lab component. So this has both UC and CSU transferability. Welcome, and I'm very glad you're here. So this is a geology course. What is geology? So geo means earth. Ology is the study of. So the study of earth, solid earth, physical geology. So physical geology examines Earth's materials, seeks to understand the many processes that operate on our planet. So all of physical Earth is what we're talking about when we talk about physical geology. So our Earth system is split into different components. So we have the biosphere, which is everything living on Earth, the hydrosphere, the water on Earth, the atmosphere, so our air, and then the geosphere, which is the Earth itself. So we are going to be studying the geosphere here in this class. So we will touch on the other components because they are all related when we're discussing the Earth. But for this right now, this class, we are going to mainly focus on the geosphere. So why study geology? Why would you want to take this class? The Earth is our home, so everything on Earth that we rely on has to do with geology. So it provides the ingredients that we need to maintain life and also the resources that we need to maintain our modern society. So there are many problems that are addressed by geology. The main of those being natural hazards, natural disasters, Earth's resources, and a lot of environmental issues will be touched on in this Intro to Geology course. So who am I? My name is Emily Kane. You can call me Professor Kane, Professor K, Dr. Kane, all of the above. I have my PhD from UCI in the Earth System Science Department. I studied short timescale dynamics of glaciers in Greenland. My master's is from the same department at UCI, and my bachelor's is in meteorology. I teach both astronomy and geology here at Saddleback. So I teach this class, and I'm also teaching an astronomy class this semester. I sometimes mix up semester and quarter still because I'm so used to the UCI quarter system, so I will apologize in advance for that. So we do have a class assistant. His name is Finn. He's a 1-year-old beagle. He does not have a lot of experience with geology, but he's a very good boy. So you will probably meet him in our live classes. You might see him running around behind me or hear him barking because he is a barker. But this is Finn. So in this class, what are you going to learn? So these are the outcomes defined by the Saddleback course selection, but we will be learning much more than just these 4 bullet points here. But they are, after successful completion of this course, you'll be able to construct and interpret topographic maps and geologic maps, profiles and cross-sections, as well as describe the current model of the Earth, both its physical and chemical layering, and explain the theory of plate tectonics, my favorite topic, and its relation to Earth's processes and landforms. You'll also be able to identify common rocks and minerals, and then interpret how and where they form. So for this class, we do not have a required textbook. The additional resource that we will use is on opengeology.com, so it's a free open source textbook. It's the Intro to Geology textbook on opengeology.com. I do have the link right in our main Canvas homepage, so you can use that as an additional resource however you'd like. We will, of course, be using Canvas as this is an online class. And I highly suggest having a notebook and a pen or pencil, or a way to draw. So you can also use a tablet, but especially in the beginning of the course, I would say the beginning and the middle of the course, there will be some days where it's really important to actually practice drawing out the different diagrams and the images that we're going to go over. So I highly suggest having a notebook, pen, and pencil available. I'll make sure to make note of that so that you can prepare for those weeks where it's going to be really important to be doing some drawing on your own. So this class is going to be made up of labs, homework, discussion posts, an individual project, 3 tests, and then some extra credit points. So the breakdown is here. If you want to look more specifically at that, it's in the syllabus. And here I have the components broken down even further. So each week we will have a lab to complete. So we're going to meet live on Zoom Wednesdays at 6 p.m. So if we were meeting in class, we would meet both Mondays and Wednesdays, but for this online course, we are going to meet just Wednesdays to complete the labs on Zoom. So we'll use breakout groups on Zoom and meet. We'll do groups of 3 or 4, depending on how many students we have, and we will complete the labs Wednesday nights. For homework, there will also be a weekly homework assignment on Canvas, so that'll be as a Canvas quiz, and that is to be completed by 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. So the homework will have to be completed before you come to lab. So it's due right at the start of lab, so that you are sure to have already looked through the material and be prepared for lab. There will also be discussion posts. So you'll post once. It'll be due Wednesday. Yourself answering whatever the prompt is, and then the response will be due on Friday. So each week there's a write-up of what you'll need to do for the discussion. They don't need to be super long, but more than a couple of sentences. So at least a bit of a paragraph, but I'm not looking for an essay for any of the discussion posts. You'll also have an individual project. So it's a paper. You get to choose your topic. It'll be due in week 15. And I'm not going to get too much into it now, but I will have a lot more information later in the course. Then you'll have 3 non-cumulative tests. So the third one will be your final, but they're all non-cumulative. And then 2% of your grade, I call them extra points, it's for completing the course evaluations. So I'll send a lot of emails reminding you to complete the course evaluations. They're completely anonymous, and then you get an automatic extra 2 points on your grade. So here is our Canvas site. So this is what it should look like when you log in. Here is my information, so my name, my email, my office hours are going to be on Mondays at 6. If you can't make that, feel free to send me an email. We can set up another appointment. Our live class meeting here Wednesdays at 6. So both my office hours and our class meeting on Wednesdays is going to use the same Zoom link. So this is the Zoom link here. I also have it on each weekly page. And then here is the link to the textbook online. So this is the link to the website, and then you can get the textbook from there. So if you scroll down on our main page, you come to this calendar. So here I have the course broken down by week. So each week, the current week will be in maroon. So right now it's week 1, so the week 1 button is maroon. Next week this button will be maroon, making it a little bit easier to figure out which week we're in. This homepage button and syllabus button are on every single page. This homepage brings you back to this homepage here. The syllabus button will download the PDF of the course syllabus, which I highly suggest you check out. There's a lot of information in there. So when you click on the week 1 button, you come to the week 1 page. So each week the page is going to be set up just like this, with the title and then the main goals of the week. Here is a page that will have the lecture videos linked, so they are all on YouTube, so that if you want the closed captions, YouTube does a really good job doing automatic captions, which I hate watching because it points out how many times I say ah and but that is very helpful. Then you can watch them as many times as you want. And then this button will download the PDF of the lecture slides for the week. And then here are the assignments. So the discussion post, this will bring you to the discussion post. This will bring you to the homework. This will bring you to the lab. So the lab is what we will do together on Zoom. So here is the button again for the Wednesday night Zoom lab. So Wednesdays at 6, we'll meet here on Zoom. So click this button or the button on the main homepage, and we'll complete the lab assignment in groups. So the components of this class. So the first part of the class, we will learn about plate tectonics, minerals, and rock types. And then we get into geology in action, which would be earthquakes, faults, movement of the earth, and maps. And then the last third of the class is all about different types of geologic landscapes and how they formed. So how streams, floods, coast, groundwater form geologic landscapes, and then we'll also go into desert landscapes and glaciers. So here's our schedule. This is for, this is on the very last page of the syllabus. So take a look at the syllabus if you want to see this again. You will see each of the topics that we're going to go over by week. So I've broken down by week, and then the assignments that will be due. So each week, essentially, it's a discussion post and a homework, and then the lab that we do in groups, aside from the weeks that we have tests. So this is the schedule, the very last page of the syllabus, if you want to print it out or save it to your computer. So that is all I have for an introduction. Welcome. My goal is to keep the lecture videos short, so that you might have 2 or 3 20-30 minute lecture videos to watch each week rather than one really long video. That way it's a little bit easier if you want to do half and then do the other half later. But they will all be posted on the same lecture video page on Canvas. And I should also note, if you ever have issues with Canvas, please let me know. Please send me an email if an image is missing or file isn't linking. There are always some kind of issue with Canvas that's something I don't realize until a student tells me. So if something is wrong for you on Canvas, that means something is wrong for everybody on Canvas. So please do not hesitate to send me an email or a message on Canvas and let me know that something's amiss so that I can get it fixed as fast as possible. So I look forward to having you in class, and I'm excited to see you all on Wednesday night for our first lab.